Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I will be previewing Arsenal's upcoming match against West Ham in the Premier League. Last time out in the Premier League, Arsenal had a disappointing 2-1 defeat to Newcastle. In that match we took the lead through a brilliant goal by Alexander Lacazette assisted by Aubameyang, but unfortunately in the second half we completely capitulated and we ended up losing that game 2-1. Since that game there has been major news surrounding Arsenal coming out that Arsene Wenger will be leaving at the end of the season. And all of a sudden every of the home games that are remaining sold out instantly, so it looks like fans are going to turn up and give maximum support for the rest of the season for Arsene Wenger to go out on a high. Now I'm going to be previewing the game and giving my 1 to 11 of who I think will play in this match. First of all, starting with West Ham, they didn't have a very good start to their season, but recently they've been playing alright football. Arnautovic has been on quite a good run of form, and João Mario, their signing that they got in January, has been putting in a few decent performances, but I don't know how good West Ham's record is at the Emirates. I don't believe it's that good, so I think that Arsenal should be pretty comfortable in this game, but we'll have to find out and see. Now for the team selection, I'm not sure how strong the lineup will be. We took a gamble last week with an inexperienced bench against Newcastle and it backfired. So this week maybe we'll have few experienced names on the bench, but I'm not sure how many experienced players will get the start in the starting 11. So this is the 1 to 11 that I would play, considering in mind that there's a game against Atletico Madrid coming up in midweek. In goal, David Ospina. I would start Ospina in goal because he's been taken out of the team in the Europa League. So I think that it's only fair that he should be replaced in the team in the Premier League so that he still gets a few games coming towards the end of the season. Right back, I would go for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now last week against Newcastle we played Callum Chambers in right back and I don't think that he played very well. He doesn't have the pace that a Hector Bellerin or a Maitland-Niles has, so he wasn't really getting up the flanks that well, supporting the midfield players on the with the width. So I think that if Ainsley Maitland-Niles was there instead, he might be able to supply that width that we might need to open up a West Ham defence. Next to him, I'm going to go for Mustafi. Now, Mustafi's been making stupid mistakes recently. 2 games in a row he's been caught at his near post, just standing there, not reacting to where the ball's going, and letting a striker get in front of him and eventually resulting in them scoring a goal. So Mustafi needs to wake up, fix up and put in a performance. Now that everybody knows the news that Arsene Wenger is leaving, everybody needs to step up and give Arsene Wenger the send-off that he deserves, and Mustafi's one of them. He really needs to have a good game, especially with Atletico in mind. He needs to just get his game back on and try his hardest to find his form that he had when he first joined Arsenal. Next to Mustafi, I'm going to go for Rob Holding. Now I know that this is the centre-back pairing that we had last week at Newcastle, but I think that it's too risky to play Koscielny because we definitely need him for that game against Atletico on Thursday. I don't think Rob Holding played particularly bad last week. It's just that because he's so young and he's still learning his trade, he needs a more experienced and like a bigger role model next to him when he's playing in the defence. So I think that with Mustafi next to him, sometimes Mustafi doesn't concentrate enough, which puts Holding under pressure. But hopefully in this game they'll get the balance right and they'll work together well to hopefully keep a clean sheet in this game. Left back, Nacho Monreal. Nacho Monreal will probably start against Atletico, but I'm going to put him in here as well because he is our most consistent defender of this season. He was a little bit shaky last week, but everybody has their off games. On the majority part of this season, Nacho Monreal has been very consistent for us, and I think that he will start in this game. Just in front, I will go with Joe Willock. Now, Joe Willock last week was playing a little bit further forward, I think, than usual. He did have a chance that he got horribly wrong on his first Premier League start, but that's no fault of his. He was playing a role that he doesn't normally play, so I think that if he's back at the defensive side of the midfield, that he should be fine, and hopefully he'll work well with the guy that I'm going to put next to him, which is Mohamed Elneny. Now, Elneny's one of those players that everybody loves to have in their squad. He loves the club. When he gets played, he will put in 100% wherever he gets played. He doesn't stop running. He always makes himself a nuisance, and he does the simple part of the game very well. Win the ball back, pass it on to someone who can then go and create a chance. And Elneny does this brilliantly. So I think that Elneny will be in a defensive midfield position as well. Just in front of them, I'm going to go first with Iwobi. Now, Alex Iwobi is a hit and miss player. I don't think that he is as bad as the Arsenal fans make out to be. I just think that sometimes he gets caught in two minds, which means that he's not really that good at decision making yet. When he's running with the ball, I think that he's really good. He will drive with the ball, he will take it from midfield into attacking positions, but then when he gets there, it's like he doesn't know whether to shoot, to pass, or what he's thinking at that time. So if he just made that decision making a little bit better, I think that he would be growing into a good player. I'm not sure if he needs a loan move to get regular football. I mean, he has been playing quite a lot for Arsenal, but like, he would be starting week in, week out if he took a loan move to probably another Premier League team. But that's not for me to decide. But for this game against West Ham, I would give Iwobi another chance, and I'd start him on the left-hand side of our attacking three, just behind the striker. In the middle of that attacking three, I would put Mesut Ozil. Now, yes, that is a big name for this game, but I think that he should play. One thing that we were lacking last week is creativity, apart from the one goal that we scored, and Mesut Ozil will definitely give us that creativity. Now, with the game on Thursday in mind, I would start Ozil, but I don't think I'd play the full 90. I wouldn't give him the full 90 if it was me. I would keep him on for an hour, see what the score is after the hour. If we're comfortably in control, take him off, put somebody else on, and rest him up for Thursday. But if we're not in control of the game, I would probably keep him on for a little bit longer than just over the hour, maybe 75 minutes, and then keep him and take him off for Thursday. But for this game, I think Mesut Ozil needs to start because we need that creative impetus from the midfield. On the right hand side, I will go with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Last week he played on the left. I guess him and Iwobi could switch sides if they really wanted to, across that three behind the striker. But we have no reason to rest Aubameyang because of the fact that on Thursday he is eligible to play. So he won't be able to play that game. So yeah, there's no reason why he shouldn't play this game on Sunday against West Ham, and should probably play the full 90 minutes. And then as the striker, Alexandre Lacazette. I'm liking the link-up play between Lacazette and Aubameyang that's starting to form. Last week it did get a little bit too much with them trying to assist each other, but I'm liking that they've got some kind of on-field partnership forming, and it's an exciting time for Arsenal with two of the best strikers in the world that are around at this moment, both playing for Arsenal. The partnership is growing, it's forming, and I'm excited for times ahead. I have no problem with Lacazette. The injury did knock him back a little bit, but he's bounced back from that. He's scored, I think, in his last 3 games, if I'm right. I might be wrong, but I think it's his last 3 games that he's scored in. And yeah, so he should start on Sunday. So that's my 1 to 11. If you think it should be different, leave yours in the comments down below. I'm always up for interacting with other Arsenal fans, talking about Arsenal, seeing what their opinions are of everything that's going on around the club at this moment. But one thing is for sure, and that is, let's get behind the team until the end of the season. Let's pray that we win the Europa League and that we go into next season with Champions League football intact. I'm going for, in this game against West Ham, Arsenal 3, West Ham 1. Leave your score predictions in the comments as well. But for now, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.